Do my thing.
Moore,
Here.
O'Kane,
Here.
Shaner,
Here.
Scott,
Here.
Waters.
Here.
Stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Larry Obermeyer, would you meet me at the microphone, please? For those of you that don't know, this gentleman has probably conservatively raised more money than any two people in our community for nonprofit organizations. I'm probably being real conservative. So we want to, after 25 years of your hard work, recognize you a little bit here at the council chamber today. Larry's and his dad started the Railroad Museum pretty much single-handedly back in the day with the help of a few old railroad guys that like to work on trains. And it's through their vision and their leadership that museum is where it's at today and continues to grow. Whereas Larry Obermeyer has an extensive background in higher education, nonprofit leadership, planning, and marketing. His career spans nearly 25 years in resource development for higher education, cultural organizations, and other community projects. Whereas Larry has dedicated his time to the Siouxland Historical Railroad Museum, the Sioux City Historic Preservation Commission, Western Iowa Tech Community College, and Briarcliff University. And whereas Larry has been instrumental in writing grants for totaling $250 million, benefiting many organizations within Sioux City. Whereas in recognition of his service to the community, Larry has recently been awarded the Treasure of Sioux City Award. Now, therefore, I, Robert E. Scott, Mayor of the City of Sioux City, Iowa, on behalf of the City Council and the citizens of Sioux City, do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to extend his commendation to Larry Obermeyer and thank him for his commitment and dedication to the City of Sioux City. I'd like to present this to you and say a few words if you would, my friend.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful, Mayor and Council and other members of the city staff for this recognition. I'm very humbled by it as well because this really doesn't speak to all the people that have supported me in the work and give every day of their time, treasures, and talents to make our community better. And I'm just glad I get the opportunity to work with so many of them. And the only other thing I can say is I just love this community, and that's why I do it. So thank you so much. This means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry. Keep up the good work. Okay, we will go to the consent agenda, which today is items 2 through 12H. Consider them to pass unanimously. If you want to speak on an item, please come up as I read the number. When you come up, please state your name and address for the record. If you want to come up on an item not on the agenda, please come up under citizen concerns. I'll move the consent agenda.
Second.
2 is the reading of the City Council minutes of May 16, 2022. 3 is a resolution accepting an offer of the sale for 3717 Summit Street from Flux Dance Company relating to the Normandy Park acquisition project. I think this is a really not a very good place for a park, but the parks people think it is, so we'll see. 4 actions relating to grants. A is a resolution authorizing Parks and Rec to submit a Destination Iowa grant application for Siouxland Regional Trail System projects.
Mayor?
Yep.
I just want to make a couple of comments on this item. If I read Matt Salvatore's write-up correctly, this will connect 5 trail projects totaling just about 26 miles. and of trail. And once completed, the regional trail system will provide over 100 miles of trail that will be continuous trail network. I want to thank Matt for having as in the partnership, and I use that term loosely, the communities of Lamar's, Henton, Merrill, Sergeant Bluff, and Dakota Dunes. I'm glad to see that we can work with those other cities as well. And this is going to greatly enhance the tourism for the region to have those connections. And it's truly a boost in the quality of life amenities. So thank you.
B is a resolution authorizing an airport state funding application for a commercial aviation infrastructure funding grant for site work and T-hangars at the Sioux Gateway Airport Brigadier General Bud Day Field. I should have asked you this, Mike, I'm sorry. We're going to rent these ourselves. We're not going to turn them over to some fixed-based operator that's going to make the money and we don't make anything, right?
We have not decided on a lease or anything at this point. So
Okay.
this is just to apply for the money,
Okay,
and that's all this action is doing today.
okay, because
Yep, we haven't made those
time we
decisions.
make some money on some of that stuff ourselves.
Understood.
Okay. 5 are actions relating to street closures. A is a resolution temporarily closing various streets in the downtown area on June 2nd to accommodate the Sioux City Pride Parade. B is a resolution temporarily closing 4th from Nebraska to Jackson on June 4th for the Sioux City Pride Festival. C is a resolution temporarily closing various streets in Leeds on June 10th for the Leeds Community Days Parade. D is a resolution temporarily closing various streets and alleys in Leeds on June 11th and 12th to promote the Leeds Community Days Street Dance and Car Show. E is a resolution temporarily closing 4th Street from Nebraska to Jackson on 7 Fridays in June, July, and August for the downtown live concerts.
Mayor?
Yes.
I just want to comment on this one. This year, the Downtown Live is free to the public, thanks to downtown partners, Siouxland Chamber of Commerce, Kinseth Hospitality, and the City of Sioux City. So that's a big deal. These are Friday nights. They go from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., and it's really a great entertainment venue.
How much did the city put in?
I don't know what the city's share was in that for the.
It was just in kind.
Is it in kind? I don't know, Mayor, what the breakdown is of the contributors.
Well, it used to be about $3.50 to get inside and go and enjoy it, so it's free, which is awesome.
Yeah. I can find out for you.
No, that's fine. F is resolution temporarily closing portions of 24th, Grandview, McDonald, and Summit on July 2nd for Saturday in the Park Festival.
Mayor,
Yes.
could I put a quick plug in for Saturday in the Park? This is the
Why would you stop now? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm on a roll. How am I
Don't worry
doing?
that I got a 5 o'clock I have to be at. You just
I'm
keep
talking
rolling
quickly.
here.
It's been under 3 minutes each time. This is their 32nd anniversary for Saturday in the Park, and they are looking for volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering, it's www.saturdayinthepark.com. So please, let's just make this a very successful premier musical festival as it has been in past years. Thank you.
6 are actions adopting construction documents. A is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the construction of the Northern Valley Crossing Regional Stormwater Improvement Project. B is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the construction of the Rivers Landing Parking Facilities Elevator Upgrade Project, Phase 1. C is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the construction of the Fire Station 8 addition and remodel project. D is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the construction of the Jefferson Park Improvements Project.
Mayor?
Is it?
Oh, go ahead. You have a question?
Well, isn't that the old Thompson Park? Isn't that the old Thompson Park?
The Waterside Neighborhood Services Manager, the west side is the old Thompson Park, and then we acquired the lot across the street, too.
So what are we doing with Thompson's old park?
We are putting a playground on that side of the,
And what are you going to call it?
Jefferson Park.
Or your name and title.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Bauer, Neighborhood Services Department.
This is his first time.
You're gonna you're going to change the name of Thompson Park to Jefferson Park. And why, when the Thompson family donated the land and gave all the money for that park, would we do that?
We reached out to Thompson, and they did not have a preference if we kept the name or not, so we looked into the history of the park. We can change it. It doesn't matter to us. We were just trying to find a name that made sense with that area.
Why Jefferson?
Well, there's a write-up, and I was going to thank you for that. There's a write-up on Dr. William Jefferson. Got his medical degree at University of
And he had
Iowa.
that hospital there.
1886, yeah, the Samaritan Hospital.
I
So-
understand.
But I think that's what the background is, Mayor, why they,
I understand, but when
Jefferson.
you have citizens that give all kinds of money, and then we took the park out and said we're going to
I
bring
agree.
it back, then I have a hard time.
even if they say that, yeah, that they,
Well, they're
was gonna
saying
say
it because
that
there's
they're
no
due
Thompson left. Craig died. The guy that wrote the check died.
We'll keep it then.
We
Well, I
can
don't-
keep it, doesn't matter to us.
Oh, I think you should. I think he made
Yeah.
that after
Yeah.
his dad, and his intentions were very honorable to do that.
but across,
Called
is it across the
Thompson
street is where that
Jefferson Park.
triangular parcel is?
Yes,
So is that part of Thompson Park as well?
that will be. We'll use the same name for both parcels.
No, I don't, you can call one Jepson. I just don't want to change
I was
the,
gonna
the
say,
other
one
side-
Thompson, one Jefferson, or call it a TJ Park, Thompson, Jefferson. Jefferson,
I
everyone's
don't have
happy.
a problem with that, but I do have a problem when people give money that,
People put two names on things all the time.
I don't know. You guys decide, but I think that's.
No, I think-
You can
don't-
direct
I
us.
don't
We
know who
don't-
you contacted because
We don't mind.
I don't know that Craig hasn't, his son died. I don't know that Craig had, you may have contacted Thompson Electric, but there are no Thompsons there anymore.
Mayor, I don't think any of us are disagreeing with you. In fact, we agree with you. Now, do we need a motion to name?
The way that, it's for approving, or excuse me, adopting plans and specs and formal contract, and it has the Jefferson Park Improvements Project in the title of that. That's how it's been designed. So if the council wishes to have it be Thompson, we would need to have a motion to amend it so the plan documents would follow it through.
Okay.
I would add both names. Is there anything wrong with having both names? Matt, as far as size of sign or anything like that, anyone got a problem? I like both reasons, but it's up to you.
The only thing is where Thompson was, that's where the hospital was. So I guess we could name across the street Jefferson. It doesn't, I don't know if you have a preference, Matt. Yeah, it doesn't matter to us.
One Jepson?
Sounds really good to me. I'm agreeable.
Yes.
And I don't think that it is such, they have the dates already fixed in this resolution today for how it will proceed towards bidding. So it would be just a motion to change the name
Okay.
back to Thompson, and it would have to be, it's part of the consent.
We need to pull the item,
Well,
or just part of the consent?
and is there,
They're not, oh, I don't.
can you clarify for me, is there a way that where that hospital was, we can have that be the Jepson Park? And where Thompson's land was? that
Same place. They tore that old hospital down.
I don't think we have strong feelings regarding the name. Mike just did research trying to figure out kind of what was there, but would make sense historically. But it really doesn't matter to us if it stays.
Your first
would
meeting,
think-
and
All of
causing
Thompson.
controversy? Like,
That's what I do.
come on, man.
I would think at some point the council, or the staff could come back prior to the
Fine.
formal opening of the park with what the name will be.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be addressed now.
Sure, it'll just be in the construction documents. It will be known as the Jepson Park.
Okay.
I haven't been over there for a while. Is there a write-up on the Thompson family, the donation? Like, because I think there should be one for Dr. Jepson as well. For why it's named that way at the park site?
Like a plaque.
Yeah, I mean, you have those in other parks.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, we
I
have
don't-
plans for one.
I don't recall seeing it over there now, right now for the Thompson.
No, I don't think there ever was
There
one
was a
there.
Thompson sign.
There was one at
There
some
was a
point.
Thompson sign, and you guys took it down as part of the construction. It definitely said Thompson Park.
But with the write-up, I
No,
think is
but with
what,
the write-up and the.
I don't think we had
Craig
anything there, but we definitely can. We've been talking
You don't
about
think-
doing that for Jepson.
Craig would have cared about that. Okay, we'll just leave it. 7 actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution approving
Welcome to your first meeting, thank you.
amendment number
You'll
2 to the
probably remember
consulting
it.
service agreement with HGM Associates for additional services relating to the 2021 bridge redecking projects. B is a resolution awarding a contract to Western Specialty for the United Center parking ramp repair project. C is a resolution approving the contract to RP Constructors for the South Ruston Street reconstruction project. D is a resolution awarding a contract to Winkler Roofing for the airport roof replacement Phase 1 project.
Mayor, I have a question for Mike. Mike, is my understanding correct that this is the first of 3 phases for the improvements made to the building?
Yeah, it'll depend on funding. So we allocated the amount of funding we had towards this for this point. Maybe we can get the rest of it done in one more phase, but we're anticipating 2 more.
Right
This will
now,
cover most of the south half of the terminal.
It will.
That's what's failing right now.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
E is a resolution approving a 2080 agreement with the Iowa Department of Public Defense relating to the Airfield Strategy Study Execution Plan for the airport. F is a resolution awarding a service provider agreement to MTC Mechanical for the airport replacement RTU-1 and RTU-2 project. I need to abstain on that item. G is a resolution approving an agreement with Ehlers and Cooney to provide employment harassment and discrimination training to city employees. H is a resolution approving a loan modification agreement with Hickory Lane Partners, a subordination agreement with Centennial Mortgage and Hickory Lane Partners, and a HUD amendment with Hickory Lane Partnership relating to Shire 1 and 2 apartments at 4236 Hickory Lane.
That has been sent out, if Amy Kearns is here.
So do we need to make an amendment?
They were not substantial changes to the documents. It was just to clean up a few items, but they are different than what was originally presented with the agenda on Thursday.
Yep, that's correct. The attorney for the project emailed us on Friday with a couple minor changes.